How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. Boy, oh boy, what a day it was, right? Let's take a look at AMC, see what's going on over here on the chart. I don't know why it's looking so crazy over here. I don't know what in the world is going on. This thing updated, but I don't know why it's looking so crazy, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and continue on and see what's going on, right? So AMC did have an interesting day today. Either way, as you know, I will take this consolidation, right? So right now, it looks like we're currently consolidating around the $46.19 mark. We were down 3.65% on the day, ending there. Currently in the after hours, we're like exactly even at $46.19 still. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a level of support. As we can see here, it kind of from yesterday, we had the run, the recovery, finally the bounce that I was looking for. Excuse me, super solid bounce, beautiful bounce. And then it did just kind of consolidated today, right? Down just a tad, but really not too worried about that at all in the scheme of things, especially whenever we go over to the Ortex data. You guys know I love looking at that Ortex data. I did go ahead and draw this level of support over here around the it's 45.97. We'll call it 46 bucks. Level of support here, and that's approximately where we've been saying there's levels of support and resistance. It looks like about every $3 there's some kind of support or resistance, or support slash resistance in those areas. And so I feel pretty confident with that. Now I just want to make sure that everything is, we just take it day by day, right? We say, okay, if it breaks through bullishly, great, where's it going to go? Where's the next level of resistance and support? And then if it goes through bearishly, where's the level of support, right? And so that's the kind of the way I like to see it. 8-bit Deadpool, welcome to the crew. Thank you for becoming a member. Very, very cool. I appreciate it. And so, yeah, so that's what we kind of look at whenever it comes to the stock. So again, looking pretty solid. We'll take a look at the Ortex data in just a moment. Let's see what kind of options expired in the money. We can go over here to Stonko Tracker. Oops, we'll switch over to AMC. Put this in dark mode so it's easier to see. So it looks like the calls that did expire in the money are, there were 28,000 contracts. This is going to come out to about 2.8 million shares. Realistically, I'm not personally expecting any kind of gamma squeeze based on this. Obviously, it's not like we expired or the shares or AMC ended the week super high to have a lot of shares expire in the money, but that's okay, right? I think it'll be perfectly fine. Either way, I mean, I don't think it's a dead cat is what I'll say. This is my personal opinion on it. I don't think it's a dead cat. I think we have a lot of things to look forward to. And I think it's going to continue to go. So I see 8-bit Deadpool said, what do you think of hardly no movement in the after hours? Normally moves quite a bit, low volume. Yeah, I think the volume is pretty low. I mean, that's what we're missing right here. I don't know why this is looking like that. Let's see if I can reopen Webull, and hopefully this will update, like just updated. So hopefully this will have something come back and make it look a little more normal. All right, well, maybe they need to patch this. I don't know why this is doing that. I can't see the volume here just yet, which is kind of a pain. I'm sure I could just put it to the one-day candle and look at the volume. We could do that really quick. But yeah, I think realistically, the volume has been pretty low on the stock. We can zoom in right here. We can see today's volume was about 57 million. So kind of on par with what we've been seeing more recently. I mean, we've had volume as low as, I think it was like 20... No, it's always been in like the 50 million type of places, which is actually extremely low, right? Compared to what we've seen before. I mean, on the crazy day when we were up like over 100%, there was 757 million, right? Almost, and that's close to $1 billion, right? So we've seen a lot of volume. Typically, whenever we have something over 200 million in volume, that's usually whenever we see some kind of usually a more bullish move. Over here, you can see whenever we had that bounce, there was 143 million in volume, but I do think a lot of people were buying the dip. Even people who didn't want to buy the dip, like me, I consider myself tapped out. Like I don't want to. Well, I would love to put more money, but from a fine, always managing your risk, making sure your number one is taken care of, making sure yourself, your family, all your bills are taken care of. I really don't want to put any more in it, but whenever it's at such a discount, in my opinion, it's hard for me personally not to buy more. So it's definitely a first world problem, but yeah, but I think realistically it's just a lower volume. Let's say hi to the chat. We'll see what's going on with GameStop and look at the tops of the days, go into Ortex, and I have a few articles for you, or a few Reddit posts, I should say. I say articles, but they're Reddit posts. Lee, yo, welcome. Dog, hello all. Alex, still holding. Hope you all are doing well. Hey, Alex, still holding same. Diane, hey you. What's up, Diane? GameStop, hit the like, why not hit it? Oh, do it on the way in. Thank you very much. Tesla says, hello everyone. Holding with a Kung Fu grip. Bambino, hey, what's up everybody? Alex says, if my wife leaves me for having so much money in AMC, I'll just buy a new one when we squeeze. All right, that's all right. WebTorp, what is this? Volume for ants? Actually, I just recently saw that movie, Zoolander. Just what a wild ride, honestly. Adobo, or I think it's Adobo. AAA, welcome. Philly's Pizza, Phil's Pizza, #1 in Chicago. All right. Oh, so you guys are in Chicago. I don't know anything about Chicago. I know I'm gonna have to make a trip out to Chicago. I would like to do a meetup after the squeeze to squoze, and everybody pull up in our Lambos and stuff. I obviously, as we know, I won't be buying a Lambo regardless, but maybe I'll rent a Lambo. We can hang out. But yeah, I would love to do a meetup. It seems like Chicago's gotta be the place, and it seems like somewhere in Texas is going to be a place too. Probably do something in Florida, depending on where people are in Florida. My family's in Orlando, so I'd love to do something in that area. But yeah, I mean, definitely for sure going to have something going on. William comes in, dropping the knowledge that everybody is well aware of, but just in case you forgot, oh yeah, I forgot to say nobody is enforcing the rules. Very soon, I'm sure, hopefully. Corey, I need my Ferrari F430. We're gonna see what that looks like a little later. Smooth, what's up? Welcome. Smooth, I think we're getting close to a breakout, in my opinion. We'll take a look at why I think that. Oh, Alex. I almost got Alex in trouble for reading the comment. My bad. You said it out loud, so I read it. All right, so let's go and take a look at GameStop. We'll take a look at the tops of the day. We'll hop into Ortex, and we'll see what's going on, okay? So GameStop, it's kind of similar to yesterday. Really, pretty much consolidation. I'd consider it after the bounce. Obviously, had a bit of a double bottom, and now I would kind of consider this a bullish. This is bullish right here, right? We can see it's kind of upward trending after this double bottom over here. So it's looking great. However, at the end of the day, looks like it was down 0.08%. Again, I consider that flat consolidation essentially. Down 15 cents. So it ended the day at $191.23. The after hours at $121.08, down another 0.08%. So really nothing too crazy for me at all. Let's take a look at the tops for the day. Doge is currently at 22 cents. It did dip down to 19 cents. I got the notifications. I was getting notification after notification because I have my my alert set, and it kept going off and off and off and off, and it was actually pretty annoying this morning. But it just told me, it said, if you want to buy, you should buy. And as we know, I do want to take a position at 20 cents, but I know I'm going to miss it. I just know it. And then Bitcoin is at almost at 34,000, so not too bad. Let's take a look at the tops of the day, and then we'll get into Ortex. Tops for the 1 day. Oh my gosh, this one is up 600%. This one's up 279%. I'm assuming some kind of IPO situation. Yep, exactly. We'll take a look at the other one really quick. This one is not an IPO situation. Very interesting. This one was actually up 279% on the day. That is wild. And that's after the retracement. It went up, oh my gosh, wait a second. It went from $2 to $18. That is ridiculous. And currently ended at $9, so it was up 500% basically. This is wild and crazy. I don't know what this stock is or what's going on. Let's take a look and see if we can actually pull this up in Ortex really quick. Let's see if this will work here. And what was that ticker? SGOC. I'm very curious to know as to why this thing ran like that, right? If it's heavily shorted. So no, doesn't really seem to be heavily shorted or anything like that at all. I have no clue why this stock went crazy. Let's see if there's some kind of news catalyst. 5 hours ago. I mean, I don't see any kind of, usually there'd be a few articles or something on here, but I don't see anything as to why it's moving so crazy. Wow, but what a move. Let's go and continue seeing who else is on this top moving list. Before we hop into Ortex, we'll say the top losers for the 1 day. TCAT, wow, I haven't seen that one in a while. Down 14% today. U-Time, I haven't seen that one in a while. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at Mayron really quick because that's something I've been kind of keeping an eye on. Mayron was down 1.7%, kind of consolidating here. Gosh, I don't know. If I had funds, I'd be so curious to know if this is going to run. It's consolidating. It's like in a position for a squeeze, but not everything is a squeeze. Keep that in mind. I know I go and look at it just because this is kind of the buzz of what's going on right now. But that stock that we just looked at was not a squeeze, right? It just did what it did. And this one right here, though, Mayron does seem to be in a position for some kind of squeeze, but we'll see if it actually does. I mean, it's already has a lot of movement from $1.55 all the way to $28. So currently sitting at $17.36. So it's some crazy stuff. Let's take a look at Newegg, because I remember Newegg had the run, and it looks like it had a small move today and then kind of consolidated. I don't know if they'll keep running, but still looking pretty good. What happened with Newegg? Never liked that company whatsoever. Newegg had their run. They went from $10, moved up to $18, moved up to $21, moved up to $27, and then 2 days ago had a crazy run all the way to $79. Ended the day probably around, I don't know, I'll say $60 or something. And they kind of been, after it runs up like that, it retraces. Been retracing. And looking like the new consolidation is going to be around $40, just over $40. We'll see what happens over the course of the next few days, though. Or I guess it's the weekend, so we'll see what happens. Oh, Newegg is a merger. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at good old. Okay, so this one's done here. Let's take a look at good old. What is this called? AMC. So AMC, we can see here the shares on loan did go up 99.34 million. Keep in mind this is T+2, so this was 2 days ago, and we know that there was some downward movement 2 days ago, right? Because they heavily shorted. Currently, the short interest is at 19.06%. We've been hovering 18, 19, 18, and which is fine by me. I mean, I'll take that all day. And right now, it looks like we're just. Hopefully this continues to go up, right? If this continues to go up and it hits 19.25, 0.50, I mean, it's only going to take 19.64 to be a new record high. We are extremely close to a new record. Last time it was at 19.64, they covered just a tad, and there was enough momentum after people FOMO'd back in, hop back in, right? That I think that the options got super high. It looks like they covered a little bit they covered a little bit as well as FOMO buyers, and that caused the stock to go to a new, I think, $30 around. And then after that, I think all of those options expiring in the money caused some kind of gamma squeeze, and that gamma squeeze caused it to go all the way up at a peak of what was it, $77, I think, something like that. And it was wild. It was absolutely wild. So just crazy stuff. So, you know, just keeping an eye on it. I think we're in the direction for another move very, very soon. I think the stock is primed and ready to go. The utilization also going up, right? Upper direction. Currently it's at 89.97. Previously it wasn't, it was, it's been going up recently. Let's see, when was this? 4 days ago it was at 85, currently at 89, and it's been steadily increasing. So, or I guess not steadily increasing, I guess it updates every so often, but yeah, it went up basically 5% today, which is very nice. I'll take it all day. Let me catch up on the chat. We'll talk about a few of these articles we got going on. Wait, is this true? It says Trey and Matt started an ape festival January 20 to 22nd at Paris Hotel. If you're in Trey's Discord, you can pre-order a hotel room with a 25% discount. What? DPG, you're right. DPG says you can't say you aren't buying a Lambo until after the squeeze. You might have so much money you actually do get one. All right, fair enough, fair enough. My forehead itches. DPG says, what happens if it doesn't squeeze until after January? If it doesn't squeeze until after January, I'll be a very, very, very happy man, because I will not have short-term capital gains tax. I will have long-term capital gains tax, which will be excellent. I wouldn't mind it. I'm willing to wait, right? And because I always say this, and I mean it. I'm gonna live the same life either way. You know, whether I make a lot of money or don't make a lot of money, it's gonna be the same life. If whatever happens, right, I'm gonna have it's all good, and it's all good for me. So if I have to wait till January, well, guess what? I'll wait. I have no problem waiting. If I had to wait, if they said, Corey, you have to wait 5 years for a 20% chance that this is gonna work out, I would take those odds. I would take it. Why not? My previous percentage was 0, so I'll take it. And I'll take the short-term capital gains tax, or long-term capital gains tax, I guess. Mel, welcome. Mel says, look up FINRA short exempt orders for AMC, 4 million plus. Short exempt orders. Mel, I'm not sure where to find that. I guess that's the answer. There's 4 million plus, but I'm not sure what to do with that information. Like, I'm not sure where to look it up or anything like that. So if you want to give me a little more details, or, you know, help walk me through it, because I'm a little more smooth brain, I would love it. Bambino, what's up, bro? Buffett. Bambino, you have the freaking best bro words. I remember there was a there was like a Abe Lincoln one. It was like, bro, I don't know. There's a bunch of bro ones that I freaking love. I love those. So thank you. Started my vacay today and sending good vibes your way. Get a drink for you and your fiance. El Jefe Dudesicle. Hey, thanks so much, Bambino. I hope you have a fantastic vacation. Where are you at on vacation? I'm jealous. I would love to go. I need a vacation. I would love to go on a vacation. Stoli, thank you for the super chat as well. 1975 Pinto sitting on 22s. Is that what you're gonna get? I don't know. People are crazy. Abraham Lincoln. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, so you know. Oh my gosh, they're too funny. Oh man, Now you got me thinking, what if this doesn't squeeze for 5 years? No, here's the deal. Realistically, it's a short-term play, right? I just say that just because I have the... It's so funny because I'm so mad that Trey made that video on Stoic mentality, because Stoic, if you guys don't know about Stoicism, I'd look into it a little bit. It's actually a very interesting way to think about things. And, you know, I guess a short, I don't know if this is an accurate short version, but short version of being like, you know, if you're just always ready for the worst, like you're never going to be like, oh, why is this happening? You know what I mean? Like, you know, for example, let's say, and I kind of picked it's, well, I don't want to go into the story. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of silly. But let's say you're going to Disney World or something, and, or, you know, whenever your parents, when you're younger and they say you want to go to the, I don't know, you want to go to the, for me, I lived in Orlando, so hey, can we go to Disney today, or can we go to here today? And they're, oh, we'll go on Saturday. We'll go on Saturday. And then Saturday would come, and what happens? You get disappointed. You're like, ah, oh, Saturday would come, you get disappointed. You know, the next day, and then it continues going on. But if you prepare yourself, you're like, you know what? We're probably not going to go, and if we don't go, that's probably okay. Like I'm just going to anticipate we're not going to go, and if we do go, then that's great. That's fantastic, right? And so, oh, is it nihilism? I don't know what that is, but so that's kind of like a thought process that and it's not pessimistic or anything like that, right? I'm not like, oh, everything sucks and blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I would love to go to do something, and if it doesn't happen, you know what? That's all right. I would love for this to happen. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. I'm just going to push through, right? So that's kind of a mentality that I have with this, right? If it happens next week, hey, fantastic, right? But you know what? I'm willing to wait for it because I think it'll be worth it to wait. And that's kind of my mentality whenever it comes to all of this. And I'm sure you guys have probably seen this before, or you guys have seen like me go through this thought process. But hopefully, you know, it's something you can take on either with the squeeze or in your personal life. It's something I take on in my personal life, and it's just, I don't have a negative outlook. I want to be crystal clear about that. I'm not negative about things. I'm not like, it's never going to happen. I'm like, all right, well, that'd be great if it happens. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. You know, I'm healthy. You know, I just kind of shake it off. So I don't know if that helps anybody. So anyways, we'll go ahead and continue here. So let's take a look at a few of these, I don't know, Reddit articles, Reddit posts that, you know, I think are kind of interesting. And we'll kind of go through them. So first thing first is the mainstream media again. I mean, when was this? July 9th. I mean, look, AMC shareholders are making a huge mistake, Blue Capital says. And here's it. I really didn't read the article. Let's see if we can find it. It was AMC shareholders are making a huge mistake. And let's see what the article is about. Oh, I'm not a pro member, so I can't read it. AMC Entertainment said this week that it would not seek to issue more stock after input from shareholders. So I guess it's about the AMC, the stock not having more shares for that. It's about Adam Aron taking the 25 million shares off of the table, is what I would assume it's about, right? Now, I don't care about those 25 million shares, is what I'll say. So I actually do appreciate him taking it off of the table, because it doesn't divide the apes, right? It was kind of dividing the apes, and we don't know the impact that it could have had. But either way, I feel like it's a good thing that they took it off. But, you know, again, these guys, I always say, these guys are just making clickbait titles, clickbait articles for people to talk about. But realistically, I think in the short term of things, I think that not having those 25 million shares is probably fine. They're not in danger of bankruptcy. They're not in danger of this or that. The only thing that I think the only positive thing that I think would have came from it would have been if they would have sold all those shares, and now they're, who knows what they're doing. If now they have more capital or whatever like that, and more traditional retail investors get excited by that, and they want to hop in, right? That's really the only thing that I could think of that would be positive. I guess one more thing would be, historically, I mean, whenever they release those additional shares, the stock does kind of move. I mean, Adam Aron, he said that, and I was like, I'm a little skeptical about, because his first two examples, really, I was pretty skeptical about. But as he kept releasing those shares, the stock kind of kept moving a little bit. But I'm still not 100% convinced that it's because of those shares being released. But willing to take my chances without those additional shares. I'm tired of all those additional shares being released. Now it's off the table. We're not talking about it anymore, and we can just look forward to buying and holding. I mean, my personal strategy being buying and holding. You have your own strategy. But you know, I think these kind of articles just continue on with the FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt that these mainstream media people continue to make, right? And you know, people who aren't as educated, they read these articles, and you know, not as educated in the stock, into the DD of what's actually going on, right? And I say that specifically because I have one of my bosses, right? One of the people I work with, he's extremely smart. I consider him to be extremely smart. But you know, he'll see an article like this and he'll kind of have me elaborate, and I'll say, well, yes and no. You know, they'll say, oh, they're saying it's all done with, it's all done and over with. What do you think? And I say, look, like, I know the stock is going down and all the mainstream media is saying that, but they're just heavily shorting. They just borrowed more shares. Guess what they're going to have to do? Their short interest is high. They're going to have to return those shares. They're going to have to buy back all the stock. It looks bad for now, but I'm not scared in the least bit. And he said, oh, what if it keeps dropping to, you know, $30 and stuff? Oh, I said, well, if it drops, then that's okay. You know, I'll just buy as much as I can, and I won't feel good in the moment, but at the end of the day, I think it'll be worth it. Right. And that's really what I do. I just kind of keep it there. We'll close this one. So, okay, back to this one. Did everyone see this? So this is back to the FINRA seeking comments on its short sale rule. This is your chance. So keep in mind, FINRA wants to know the information. So FINRA.org, and there's a link here, but we did talk about it in yesterday's stream. I think it's important for people to, again, you have some time. I think you have until like August or something, or maybe even later, to put your thoughts in an email and send it over. It's extremely easy to get it sent over to them. Charles V. Payne, we'll do CV Payne, Twitter. He actually tweeted about it the other day. And so if you want to find the link, I mean, you can just go to his Twitter really quick, scroll down just a tad and find the link. Oh, what's going on here? Right here. Here's the one. So and here's the link. So you can find it here pretty easily. And this is so apes can decide for themselves whether they want to vote or not. I mean, not vote. This is just to share your information, right? Share your thoughts, share everything going on. And I think that this is good. You know, I do plan on personally just writing an email about what I think is going on. I'm going to put some thoughts and stuff together. I'm sure there's going to be some template type emails on the subreddits, AMC stock and super stock, about what to say, right? They say, hey, like, you know, if you're not sure what to say, please at least send an email so that they can make some noise, right? If we make some noise, they have to listen to us. We've already made a lot of noise, the apes, right? Because this market doesn't seem to be fair. It's just, it's wild and crazy, right? It's the Wild West. And I think that if we make even more noise to FINRA, then they will have no choice but to act on these things, right? At the very least, they would have to provide some kind of response saying, look, we've looked into it. This is happening or isn't happening, or they would have to send it to the SEC, or they would have to have some kind of action, because they can't leave this market as is with everyone, all the apes and everybody thinking this market isn't fair. It's broken. It's messed up. Blah blah blah. Which it seems to be, right? It seems to be. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. That actually brings me to this one over here. Let me see. A $20 bill that's counterfeit equals jail time in 15, right? You don't even get a chance. If you have a counterfeit bill, what happens? You're out of there. You're straight out of there, right? The stock market sells stuff they have every freaking day. They sell things they don't have, naked shorting, whatever's going on, and it's a slap on the wrist, right? You don't even have to own anything to sell it. It's a sham, and And so that's like directly correlated with what I'm trying to talk about here of these. They have to know though, right? We have to apparently we have to tell them, otherwise they don't know, which is kind of crazy to me considering their job is to enforce the rules, look into these things. I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of people, and I'm sure they're being paid a lot of money to look into. Granted, the market is large, right? But this has been going on for a very long time. I'm sure they have their other things that they're looking at or working on. I don't know. But it just seems unfortunate. And again, a part of me thinks, yes, they are looking into it. Yes, there is some kind of change coming. Yes, it's a process. But at the same time, it's like, I just wish they could confirm, like, hey, we're looking into some sketchy stuff going on, but we can't really talk about it. But just know we got our eye out here. And that would be nice. That'd be very nice. I forgot to say hi to somebody over here. Who said hi? Who said hi? Starfish, welcome. Hello, hello. Make a Mania, what's up? What's this guy's name? Matt Kramer. Hello, Matt. What's up, Matt? I saw you and I was in the middle of my sentence and stuff, or my thought, and I forgot to say hi. I see Exility says Kenny G is never gonna cover. I think you're right. In his world, he never wants to cover. Why would he want to cover? That is can you blame him? Can you blame him? Of course he doesn't want to cover. If I were in his shoes, I wouldn't want to cover either. But what my hope is that it will not be up to him, right? It's not going to be his choice. It's not going to be what he wants. He's not going to be able to choose the price. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's not going to decide anything. In my perfect world, they're going to get, margin called. And if they get margin called, somebody's going to step in, DTC, whoever. They're going to step in. They're going to say, all right, you had all this time to cover. You should have covered at $5. I hope they tell them that. Should have covered at $5. You've been shorting. These guys aren't leaving. I don't know why you're not leaving. You're in a bad position now. And we're done playing games. So we now have control of your assets. We're going to go ahead and buy up all the shares, all your naked shorts, or whatever you have going on. We're going to buy it all at whatever the ask is. And we'll see where you end up, and then we'll go from there. Because now we have all the systems in place where if you can't pay, if you are going to go bankrupt, if you are endangering these other people, you're no longer in charge. I'm the captain now, and they're going to go ahead and take everything, and they're going to boom, cover. Kenny G is going to be sitting there, sad, with one of those meme faces that I love to pull up. And that's, in my perfect world, that's kind of the way it goes. I got a little carried away there. I got very excited, but that'd be very nice. But I did feel this was pretty relevant. So again, back to this part. I guess I should have organized these tabs a little better, but back here, keep in mind, you're totally normal, non-manipulated reminder to forget AMC. Take a look. Been going on for a long time. Forget AMC. Is Clover next, right? Forget AMC and GameStop. Consider this one. Forget AMC. This tech stock, and it goes on and on and on. It doesn't end, right? All of these forget AMC ones get you to click on it, create FUD, make people switch plays, this and that. Now, whether they're now granted, maybe they're, well, I think doesn't Citadel has some kind of tie to, I think Citadel has some kind of tie to Motley Fool, but I'm not 100% sure. I thought they had an interesting tie to it, but I can't recall. I'm sure someone knows in the chat. But wow, wow. am I at? Just very interesting how this just continues. Just unreal. Angelina, welcome. Purple hearts. Chance the Rapper is one of us. So it's so funny, like the people who are in this. We even saw, well, I don't know how his fall from grace is going, but I think like David Dobrik and a bunch of like bigger influencers being a part of it. The only thing I'd be scared of is them saying the wrong thing. Chance the Rapper on his Twitter, he literally said like, go buy AMC, the movies are back, blah, blah, blah. And you really can't tell people to go buy AMC, right? If you've seen on my channel, I do have a video out about FaZe Clan. If you know about FaZe Clan, they're, you know, TikTokers, YouTubers and stuff, and they're part of FaZe. And they were basically, it seems like they are pump and dumping cryptos, right? Different cryptocurrencies. They're saying, oh, go buy this crypto. It's going to be the next biggest thing. Every single person who buys in is going to get rich, yada, yada, yada. Whenever that's not necessarily the case, right? Like not everyone is going to get rich. If you're in super early, then sure, you're usually, it's like almost like a pyramid scheme, right? If you're in super early, you make the most money. And if you're not in super early, then, you know, you don't necessarily make as much money unless you put in a lot of money and it goes up. I don't know. But anyways, so I think we're in an interesting place of influencer, crypto, stock market, and which is seems like the way everything was heading anyways, right? It's like the natural direction in which the stock market was taking place. I mean, think about it. Every single thing you buy has been advertised to, right? Every single thing, you know to look for this, you know to buy this, you know this, you know that. Like, and it's just so. It just seems like, okay, well this makes sense, right? And even if they don't advertise the stocks, you know, and think about it, they're kind of doing it now. They don't necessarily advertise the stocks directly, right? But I don't know about you all, but my like thought process goes straight to stocks, especially these days. So for example, if you see somebody in a Samuel L. Jackson in a Capital One commercial or something, right? You know, you're like, oh, okay, I wonder, or you see him anywhere, right? You're like, oh, I wonder if Capital One is publicly traded. What are they trading at? Do I think him being a part of he's been a part of their brand, but for example, you know, do I think him being a part of their brand is going to be huge, right? Are they doing a huge marketing push that a lot of people are going to go to Capital One and their stock is going to go up, right? You know, and you can go on and on with that thought process. You can do it for any commercial, anything you see, but for them to talk about directly about the stocks, directly about the cryptos, I don't know if that's the problem. You know, there's so many different ways, and I'm sure the SEC, especially with the stuff going on with FaZe and crypto and all that stuff, I'm sure the SEC or somebody is going to come out with specific rules. Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk talking about Doge and GameStop and all this stuff could be kind of weird, right? Like it seems very sketchy. I don't know how Elon hasn't gotten in trouble. I'm sure his lawyers probably told him to cool down. But you know, we'll have to see. Bambino, you can send me I don't know, you can try sending me an email or something about that, but yeah. Yeah, you can send me an email. You can find my email on my YouTube channel, and I think all the way to the right, the about or something, and then it'll say click here to reveal the email. Matt says Citadel made double what they lost on. We need to hit them harder. So let's go ahead and continue over here. Probably Chilo. Oh my gosh. Lee's wild. Let's see what's going on over here. Yes. Okay. I like this one. So it says Hedges. Hey, Hedges, can you trust the other hedge funds holding their short positions like I trust my fellow apes? First cover their shares pays the least. May the odds be ever in your favor. Right. So keep in mind, right? And we've been talking about this literally for months. Everyone knows, I'm sure, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm under the impression, I believe, that whenever push comes to shove, it's time. Remember, these hedge funds aren't friends. I mean, I guess theoretically, wouldn't they be competing against each other, right? The stock market you know, yeah. Corey, what's your WhatsApp number? I don't have a. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have a WhatsApp. All right, I used to have a WhatsApp, but I don't know any of that information. Somebody knocking. So, but back to this. So, hedgies, can you trust the other hedge funds? So I believe that whenever push comes to shove, it's time to start covering, right? I believe what's going to happen is somebody's going to get margin called first, right? Somebody's going to get margin call and it's going to run up. If let's say Melvin Capital and Citadel, right? If Melvin Capital is getting margin called first, let's say they're the smaller company or whatever, they start getting margin called and they have to start covering, right? If Citadel gets wind of this, Citadel, what do you think they're going to do? They're like, oh my gosh. So let's go to the numbers. Oh my gosh, is that $46? Oh, they're starting to cover at $50, right? Sure. Oh, they're starting to cover at $50. Well, by the time they're done, what the heck is the stock going to be at? Is it going to be at $100, $200, $500? Who knows what it's going to be at? So Citadel is probably going to say, okay, you know what? I got to do it. I'm hopping in. And so then they'll start covering, right? And then they'll start covering. It's going to be a covering battle. It's going to be them buying the ask super fast, and then what's going to happen? FOMO investors are going to hop in, right? We got FOMO buyers, so you have momentum swing traders, blah blah blah. Everyone's going to be buying the stock, and the stock is going to skyrocket because there's not going to be an ask, right? Well, there'll probably be an ask, a lot of asks, but I think it's going to continue to run, and they're going to be trampling over each other to try and cover first, right? That is what I think is going to go on. Here. I don't know what that one is. We'll do this. Oh, this is the last one. So here's the deal. Remember, I haven't really screened this one. I saw it was an interesting title, and I don't know if it's true. I don't know anything about it. We're going to see if this is anything at all. Feel free to shoot holes or say, no, I don't know about this, but please take this with a huge grain of salt. I haven't even read it. This could be a joke, like a meme or something for all I know, okay? Let's read the title really quick and we'll look at some comments and stuff, see if we can break it down. FINRA will be implementing a new trade reporting system for dark pools named CAT. I mean, that already sounds so... Named cat for dark pools, like I'm not a cat, roaring kitty. I mean, too many connections there. Super skeptical already. They also want to make short and failure to deliver reporting more frequent and transparent. We already know about the failure. We know that they want people to report every single day and stuff like that. Let's see the TLDR. We already read that. So. Okay, they said it really is called CAT in September. That will change how dark pool orders are done. Let's see what this person says. Hopefully they don't leave any loopholes in these rules. At least it's good to see they are acknowledging the apes were right about the issues in the market. The mainstream media and non-ape traders were calling us conspiracy theorists, but we're the ones bringing about change to the stock market. That's very interesting. Naked shorting is illegal and dark pools should have never existed, and there's no reason to monitor anything that is illegal. You should either enforce it or you're complicit in the activity. I'm sure it isn't hard for the police to figure this out. The problem is, as I see it, the corruption, cronyism, and manipulation is so bad, it completely unravels the markets. All right. Well, here's the deal. I as you all know, I don't like any dates. I don't like any of this, any of that. But I think this is pretty interesting. I mean, if this is actually true, and if this is being implemented in September, personally, and now here's the deal. The problem whenever I see dates like this in September, I get scared that people are going to say, okay, well, you know what? I'll just leave. I'll play some trades and I'll come back in September. Here's the deal. Do what you want. Personally, I'm not going to leave. Like, I don't think it's worth it to... We don't know what's going to happen in the meantime. This seems like more of a... If it doesn't happen or something, if nothing happens before then, or something, whatever happens, like in September, maybe they'll do something, right? And then they have to enforce it, make sure they covered everything properly, close all the loopholes, this and that. So again, I stay away from dates with this stuff. This is a pretty interesting thing. Unfortunately, I guess they do have some links here, but I don't know. Is this the comment right here? That's all right. Let me go to is it a buy? And if you go to my account here, about, and it should say business inquiries right here, details, sign in, and then you can see my email if you click that. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, FINRA requests. Okay, so let's see if there's something called CAT. We'll do CAT space. Oh my gosh. While members are required to report the material terms of an order to CAT, for sell orders, members are required to report whether the order is long, short, or exempt. This information currently cannot be used to create a snapshot of gross short positions existing in each account at a particular point in time. Okay, interesting. I don't know what these numbers are though. So this is the official FINRA website. Unfortunately, I obviously have not read any of this. Seems pretty interesting. Does it mention the word dark pool? No, it does not mention the word dark pool. TSO public float, synthetic short positions. Ooh, this is interesting. FINRA is considering requiring firms to reflect synthetic short positions in their short interest reports. Ooh, but if they have synthetic short positions, isn't that naked shorting? Isn't that illegal? Like, this is so confusing, honestly. Like, this kind of stuff is just so wild. If they know that naked shorting is going on, why haven't they done anything to prevent it, right? Why is naked shorting a normal part of the market? It shouldn't be a normal part of the market if it is illegal. I wonder if it's something like, if you go to I think I heard, like, if you go to a doctor, right, and you tell them, hey, like, I'm on this kind of flour, right? I took a lot of flour, and let's say in the state you're in, flour was illegal, or it was a long time ago, flour was illegal, and you say, hey, I'm freaking out, like I took this, or I took like some kind of illegal drug. They have to treat you, right? They just say, okay, just tell us what it is. It's okay. Like, you're not going to jail. You're not getting in trouble. Just tell us what it is so we can take care of you. I wonder if that's this kind of situation where, even though you shouldn't be doing it, look, just tell us about it. Like, it is what it is, and we'll just move forward. I wonder if that's what's going on here. And I wonder if they actually will report it or what will happen. There's just so many what ifs, and there's so many things like the dark pools. I think, who's going to admit illegal activities? That's a great question, Diane. I mean, I don't know who will admit it. I just don't know. I don't know how they can get people to admit this, if they can even find out, right? Let's say Citadel doesn't admit it, or whoever doesn't admit it. And, can the FINRA just find out? And if they find out, let's say they find out and you lied and you say you did not do it, then what if you're in bigger trouble now, right? I guess we're going to have to go through this whole thing and see if anyone breaks it down, or maybe oh my gosh, this is so long. This is extremely long. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're going to have to figure this one out. This is the whole thing. It's pretty crazy. William Cat is true. Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Mike says, I don't think Citadel will cover until they're forced to, because they want to be caught and they're greed in their lies. Absolutely. I'd agree there. Yes, thank you. I see some people talking about like chats or like people in my comments and stuff, guys, if you guys see a person that is, it has my name, my logo, my everything, and it says, oh, please contact me in WhatsApp and blah blah blah, or please anything like that, that's not me. I'm not going to tell you to contact me in WhatsApp. I'm not going to tell you to send me money in Cash App. I'm not going to tell you to do anything like that. So just please don't mess with that person. Please report that person. And there's also people, it's the strangest thing, it's an operation, because there's also something that happens where people say, hey, great video, if you're interested in going into cryptocurrency, please contact like this person, and here's their WhatsApp number. Please report those as well if you happen to see them. If you don't see them, if you're not really in the comments, no problem. But if you are in the comments, just kind of looking around and you happen to see that, please report those, because that's not okay. Like, I try to remove them as much as I can. I see it looks like people try to remove them, but it's not good. Okay, please don't fall for any of that. Yeah, Lee wants me to check and see if the MOAS happened. Oh dang, I was optimistic, but in the last 5 minutes, I guess it's not going to happen now. We have 3 minutes left, so hopefully, we'll go to quick 1,000 in really quick. But I'll settle for 100 if it wants to go to 100 really quick. I guess that's okay for now, and then we can skyrocket later. But we'll wait a second. We'll see. I'm sure it's probably coming in the next 2 minutes. So. Mike says this is not different than the Enron stuff that happened, in my opinion, or the housing crash in 2008. Yeah, I mean, there's similarities from both. I mean, they're really not too different. Enron being, I suppose, a little bit different, because Enron, they were like just literally making up numbers, whereas 2008, I mean, it was propped up on a oh gosh, we all know what happened in 2008. And I think it's actually pretty relevant to 2008. Whenever I had A. Tobit on here, he kind of compared it, and he said it was actually, he agreed. He thinks it's extremely similar to what happened in 2008. Just the vehicle has changed. It's no longer, what did he say? It's no longer, mortgage-backed securities or whatever he said. It's what was it now? I can't remember the term, but he said it was something else, and it's basically the same kind of hodgepodge, just a huge mess. PC says, Corey, every analyst knows a squeeze is going to happen, but if the SEC doesn't enforce these rules or these new rules, this can go on forever. PC, I think you're pretty much on point with that, right? I'd probably agree with most of that, if not all of it. I mean, I do think that we need these rules to be enforced, but I think if these guys go in a bad enough position, keep in mind this short interest that they're paying is not cheap. I mean, this 19.06% short interest on where we are right now isn't cheap for them, right? They're spending a lot of money just keeping a short position. It's not free and it's not cheap, especially for the kind of short positions we think that they're in, right? That they could be in currently. And if these short positions are as bad as we think they might be, then yikes, right? These guys are in a terrible position. They can't sustain this forever, right? And this is why it's so important that people understand that, because apes, again, it doesn't cost the apes anything to hold other than opportunity cost, which I personally don't think that there's a better, I'm personally not going to find a better play out there than AMC. So I'd rather hold, because that opportunity cost is not greater in another stock, right? I think even the opportunity cost it just depends, right? Because okay, let's say I did want to take a few bucks and switch it to another stock, right? Well, is that stock going to run? Like, what is the chance that stock is going to run? Do I actually think it's going to run? Is it not going to run? So there's so many different thought process behind it, but I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I think people are working on it. I see a lot of a lot of different thoughts about everything. And Realistically, I mean, I think somebody is looking into it. Here's the deal. This is very specific right here. This verbiage over here. Where was this? When they were talking about the short interest, I mean, the fact that they're looking into, people have to, this tells me everything I need to know, in my opinion. Come on, man. Oh, that's awful. That's insane. A lot of short, a lot of short. I'm gonna close this. See, look at this information on allocations of failure to deliver positions. That's like right on par with what the apes are looking for. Frequency and timing of short interest position reporting and data dissemination. Too many words for this smooth brain, but sounds good. Synthetic short positions, right? This is like TSO and public flow. Not sure what TSO is exactly. Securities TSO. Anyways, like synthetic short positions, failure to deliver information, all of this stuff is like right on par with what the apes are saying, right? And to me, it almost seems like, you know what? Maybe somebody did look into this, and maybe somebody did find something, and they said, look, guys, like these guys aren't crazy. They are crazy, but they're not wrong, right? They're not entirely wrong. I'm sure wrong about some things, and I can accept that, right? We've been wrong about a few things in the past. That's cool, but I don't know, right? And this is my own personal thought. No financial advice, no anything like that. Make your own decisions, but interesting, right? Very interesting stuff. This is very interesting. I wish I had like a team of people to like help me read into these things, and like we could just kind of talk about it. That'd be pretty cool. We need like a book club or something, but like looking at DD, that'd be pretty cool actually. All right, let's see what AMC ended the day at. AMC did end the day at $46.23, up 0.09% in the after hours, right? So this is Friday, and that's where we ended. All right. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about with you guys today. I mean, it seems like we're kind of consolidated in the chat about what's going on, but I think it's everything, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I wasn't sure if we were gonna squeeze here at the end, but yeah, Diane, here's the deal. If you're into it, if you know this is something you take a look at and you want to talk about it, or I don't know, we're gonna have to figure out a way to do this. What I personally, I'm sure you guys have seen it, I like to break it down section by section, or go through like the interesting sections, and I'll just put it in layman's terms. This way it's people know, like, just say, look, all this section, all these words, all this means is this, and people can, I appreciate fact checking and stuff like that, but we'll have to take a look. But I am gonna go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. I appreciate y'all. You guys have a fantastic weekend. It's the weekend, stocks not trading, so we can all enjoy our have a good time. All right. But I appreciate you guys. You guys have a fantastic weekend. All right. Keep it ape. Oh my gosh. All right. Have a good night, guys. Peace.